Ralph Snowball was Newcastle's most legendary photographer. He is the guy who, more than anybody else, has ensured that we have an incredible visual history of this city and, in fact, this region.
One significant thing about him was his effort in documenting landscape and life between late 19th century and early 20th century. So he gives us enriched understanding of Newcastle in that time, and in a sense, how life was in Australia.
He just hasn't taken people. He's taken people in the context of their homes, their factories, their mines, their railways, their hotels.
They show people, they show streets, they show buildings, horses, carts, farms, fences. They show the lay of the land right throughout the region. They show the mundane. You know, we're so used to seeing photographs now of celebrities and famous buildings and landmarks, and Ralph was just taking photos of the everyday life around us.
It's really important, these 40 years, where Snowball captured these images. Technology is always changing. Even today, the technology changes dramatically, but at that stage it was changing unbelievably. Wagons and buggies drawn by horses became motor cars. Penny farthings became bicycles, which eventually become motorbikes. He's photographing that.
And also the locations are so varied. Inner Newcastle, Catherine Hill Bay, West Wallsend, Dora Creek, and then of course the composition. Stunning stuff.
And he made really beautiful images, and they weren't just descriptive documentation. They were really a well-considered compositional value. You know, they're beautiful things to look at.
The quality of the images is what makes them important. They are just beautiful.
And there was no commercial reason he would do this, except he loved recording the city. It was his obsession.
Snowball took thousands of photos over 40 years, and then they disappeared and weren't refound for 60 years.
I think Newcastleians should care about Snowball's images because of the variety and the sheer number of them.
Originally they found 8,000 glass plates.
And they're all in pretty good condition for their age. And so it's just the most amazing, eclectic mix of life in Newcastle for that time period.
The people started to see these images as windows to another time. It was like someone had cleaned a window, and when you looked out of it, you didn't see your world, you saw the world 100 years ago.
The technology that he would have been using in his day was cutting edge, but would have been incredibly difficult for him to do.
He was a bit of a hustler. You know, he's crashing people's parties, picnics, and he'd take a photo. And then he'd go back to them and say, look, I just photographed your special event. You know, would you like copies of it down the track? So he was an astute kind of a businessman. But the result of that is that he's created this legacy of images, which is just incredible.
I would not be a bit surprised, given his dedication and his spread of subjects, that he had in the back of his mind he was leaving a legacy. I'd like to think that, because that's exactly what he's done.
So many of the things that are in his photographs then, you can still see today.
Now, if you take away the Snowball photos, we haven't got a bloody clue where we've come from. So much depends upon Snowball having done his stuff and people being able to interpret it. Without Snowball, we wouldn't have a clue.